Hello, hello, hello! I forgot to close my back door. I will be right back. I'm back. How are you guys doing today? It is gorgeous outside. I am sitting on my back deck, hanging out. I wanted to enjoy the weather. I wanted to soak up the last few warm days of the end of summer, and I'm also really pumped for fall to be coming in hard and strong. I did a part 1 to this video. I'm doing a 4-part series. I did the video on how you are felt a couple days ago, so if you're feeling called to check that one out, please do. Or you can watch it before this one, or you cannot watch it at all. Either way, I'm glad that you're here. I am so grateful to be tapping into these messages today. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you are seen. So, I'm going to delve into the tarot first. I want to focus not just on how you are seen on a surface level, but how you are truly seen as an individual, how your depths are seen by the collective. And I am really looking forward to seeing what the tarot has to say today. I took a couple days off. I was hoping to do these videos all in one day or knock them out a few days in a row, and I ended up taking a break, but I think for good reason. Ooh, Temperance fell on the ground. One moment. What else fell? Temperance and the Ten of Pentacles. I will show the cards in a moment. I also got the Ten of Wands. Gonna get a clarifier for that as well. The Ten of Pentacles. I really hope this shows up on the camera. If not, I will be crabby. So the Ten of Pentacles is coming out first, hot and strong. With this, I'm really getting the sense that you are seen as someone very stable, very grounded. You know what you want. You are seen as though you have stepped into your emotional fulfillment, that you embody emotional fulfillment, or that is something that is very personal to you, that your stability and feeling grounded is something that's important to you. That's what I'm getting for that, because Temperance is here too. And this always reminds me of balance, of catering to both our ambition and our nurturing energies, our ability to receive and our ability to give. Those are very balanced energies when you can embody both simultaneously, when you can give as much as you receive, and when you can receive as much as you give. You are seen as someone who is balanced because you show up so grounded in the workplace, in your home, in social environments. With the Ten of Wands here, you may also be seen as someone who works very hard, maybe someone who places a lot of high expectations on yourself. Perhaps, and if you can hear that car horn, that may be confirmation. Perhaps you're seen as someone who's really working towards a better life for themselves, that emotional fulfillment here. Or maybe you're simply seen as someone who has worked hard for their happiness, for their joy, to get to a place where they feel proud, to get to a place where you feel proud of the progress that you have made, because it took a lot to get there. It took a lot of work to release old wounding and heal a lot of old limiting beliefs and mindsets before you could get to this place of stability and grounding. With the Emperor here, you're seen as someone very fair, someone very, very good at perhaps being a mediator, but just your judgment comes from a fair place, a place of justice. You want to see both sides of the story. You're seen as someone who is a good listener. Maybe you practice active listening often, and this is something that's very appreciated by others. You are seen as someone who knows your shit, I'm hearing, someone who walks their talk, someone who stands really firm in their integrity, and that's clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. So the reason you're showing up so grounded is because you're seen as someone who is very fair to not only yourself but to others. And with the Ten of Wands here, I'm looking forward to seeing what the clarifying card is, because Ooh, the Tower. Someone who has had to let go of a lot of old foundations, someone who has maybe built themselves from the ground up, or someone who just is self-sufficient, someone who builds new towers when things get knocked down. Maybe you're very calm under pressure. Maybe you're comfortable with the unknown, or you have learned to become comfortable with change, and you tackle adversity head on. You're seen as someone who is capable of handling adversity and change at a pace where you are fair in those moments, not just with yourself, but with others who are involved during those changes, during those times when old mindsets and patterns need to be released and new ones need to take their place. You're seen as someone who will work for the best outcome, not just for yourself, but for everyone involved. And the Three of Cups is also showing up here. So you're seen as someone who makes time for work and for play. You're someone who is seen as maybe needing some time for your inner child, or someone who is tapped into their inner child because you allow time for play. And if you don't, this is your sign to start allowing yourself to receive more, to start allowing yourself to tap further into your creativity. You're seen as someone very sociable, someone, or at the very least friendly, someone who is easy to talk to. I want to see what else comes out here. Overall, how is the collective scene? The Chariot. You're someone who gets things done. You're someone who moves forward regardless of what may lie ahead. You're someone who tackles obstacles and challenges with grace and ease. And if not with ease, then with compassion. And the Ace of Wands is the bottom of the deck here. You're someone who recognizes opportunities for what they are, and you move forward on them. You don't just allow them to sit. Maybe you take time to really reflect and think about the decisions that you would like to make, but you see opportunities clearly, and you recognize when they are for your highest good. And with the High Priestess here, you're seen as someone so incredibly intuitive. You follow your intuition, and that is how you can clearly recognize these opportunities and move forward on them, because your intuition is the one giving you the go-ahead. With the Page of Wands here, I feel like people also may see you as a learner, someone who is learning their trade perhaps, or just someone very knowledgeable, especially in areas of their intuition, someone very knowledgeable perhaps in their spirituality, or simply very knowledgeable in themselves. You have done the work to explore the depths of you, and that is something that people recognize and appreciate, because that allows you to show up grounded, right? When you truly know yourself, you can show up more authentically in your environments. I think that's all I'm getting for the tarot. I really want to see what the oracle cards have to say, because I don't know, the energy is feeling very not tarot-y, if that makes sense. Sometimes the tarot cards feel very, not blunt, but not really appropriate for the energies that I'm picking up on. I'm really feeling this need for gentleness in the collective right now. And perhaps that could be because some of us in the collective are not viewing ourselves in the best light. Maybe we've been really hard on ourselves lately, and this is calling for some more compassion. Others do not view us as harshly as we view ourselves. And quick disclaimer, others can only see us as far as they can see themselves, and vice versa, right? As far as we see, understand, hear, and feel our own depths is as far as we can see, understand, feel, and hear others' depths. I had one card come out. Balance. This is awesome confirmation! And Grace? Okay, I'm really excited. Right action. Guys. Okay, non-judgment. Shut the front door. Okay, balance. I hope this shows up on the camera. If not, it says balance. The center is not always the point of balance. When you find that place where balance is achieved, peace will result in all situations. There is no conflict, for everything rests without strain. You're seen as someone who does not start conflict. You're seen as someone who resolves conflict, who relieves conflict, who puts conflicts to rest. You're seen as someone who is the embodiment of peace, someone who strives for peaceful resolutions, solutions in their relationships, in their environments, in their communities, because you recognize where you can achieve greater balance within, and that automatically manifests without, and that is a beautiful thing. Right action. Right action. Strive to always do what is right, not in the eyes of others, but in your own heart. Others' thoughts are transitory. One moment they will love you, the next they will not. Act on what is right in your own heart, and there will be victory. I'm really getting the sense that this ties into balance because we do not rely on others' perceptions of us to drive us. We rely on our own perception of ourselves. How we view ourselves is our priority, is our driving force, is our motivator, and we allow that to guide us to where we know we need to be. That is largely tied to our intuition as well, largely I'm hearing, because it's more stable, it's more secure. Others will view us one way one day, and others will view us another way a different day, because how we view ourselves shifts and changes based on our own perceptions and experiences, and how we view ourselves is more secure because our view of ourselves changes a lot less, but others' views of us change depending on their experiences with us in the day-to-day. I hope that made sense. I had to circle back in my brain, but I think I came back to my point. Yeah, we follow our heart. We're seen as someone who really listens to what feels true to us, and you also may be seen as someone who really relies on what their inner gut feelings have to tell them, and that may be the largest motivator for you in life, what leads you to the destinations you're trying to reach. And with grace here, the beauty of grace is that you receive blessings for no reason. As above, so below. Practice random acts of grace. Give to others for no reason. Offer kindness to those who are undeserving. Love those who no one else loves. Practice grace. We're really seen as someone who has gone through many hardships and has mastered the skill of grace. We are seen as someone who is very blessed, very fortunate, someone who walks in gratitude. And others don't just see that we walk in gratitude, they see the reasons behind why we walk in gratitude. They know that that is because we have faced adversity, because we have gone through hardships, we have learned the necessity of gratitude, and that ties into our grace as well. With non-judgment here, we're seen as someone who really listens to all sides before making a judgment call. That ties into our fairness, right? We're seen as someone who is very just, someone who does not judge in a conversation, someone who will offer that grace. When someone feels judged by others, we are oftentimes the ones that maybe others can go to when they feel judged by their friends or family, and we offer that non-judgmental, maybe oftentimes neutral perspective that can be really helpful. To straighten what is crooked, you must first straighten yourself. Once you are aligned, the whole world looks different. You're seen as someone potentially who often reinvents yourself. You may feel the need to consistently straighten yourself as you transition and transform in, and you're seen as someone who is just in alignment with what they are meant to be doing. You are seen as someone who walks in your purpose, even if you feel you do not fully understand what that purpose may be. Even if you feel lost, you are still seen as someone who is walking in their alignment because you are seen as so in tune. Whew. Hello. My cat is meowing. He wants pets. I kind of want to leave this here. This is a really strong message. I was feeling called to pull one more. I have the Great Eastern Oracle here. I love this deck. The artwork is so beautiful. I'm going to take the one that's off the top because I feel like it applies. Fruit of happiness. This may or may not show up in the camera. Hoping that it does. Fruit of happiness. Moments are life's blossoming buds. We're seen as someone who allows ourselves to not only transform, but to bloom and blossom where we are planted, and we can find happiness regardless of the environment, regardless of the situation, regardless of the relationship. We can find happiness without, because we are so tapped into our happiness within. Our happiness comes from how we provide that for ourselves. That is its center, and that is how we stay so in tune and in balance and secure within our own being, because we rely on ourselves for that happiness. We recognize that happiness comes from what we pour into our own energy and how we exude that in our own environments, and we are seen as someone who is very understanding of where their happiness comes from. I'm gonna leave this here. The last message that's coming through is that we are just really seen. You are really seen as someone who stands firmly in their joy and is not easily shaken out of that. I'm hearing optimistic. I'm gonna leave this here. This is a beautiful message. I'm also doing 2 other videos on this topic, very similar. I've done how you are felt. This was how you are seen. I want to also do how you are heard and how you are understood. I'm really looking forward to both of those. I think they're very significant topics. And I hope to see you guys again soon. I am so grateful for your presence here. And yeah, if you want to check those videos out, they should be in my channel. I'll definitely link them in the description of this video as well. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.